Season 11 of the second season of Charmed, this was a pretty good episode. Hey everybody, welcome back to The Turnout. I'm your host, Aloy. Don't forget to check us out at usaaudiences.com for special event and movie screening invites. This one was a weird one for me. I keep feeling like maybe the Charmed ones are splitting their attention way too much. I understand the writers have a lot of things going on and they want lots of action, lots of different tones and whatnot, but I feel almost like the characters are just never doing the same thing. They're never working together. And I feel like since we've gotten back from the mid-season break, there's definitely more of an opportunity for them to do that. This one actually had a lot going on, but there were actually only two kind of main storylines this time, which is good, kind of simplifying it a bit. Before we jump into that, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you always know when the Turnout puts out a new video. And let's get into it. So the two main storylines were Maggie and Jordan over here, and then Mel and Macy and Abigail over here with Harry. It was kind of hard to tell which one was supposed to be the A plot and which one the B plot, and there were a couple of C's and D's in there as well. But let's go ahead and first start off with the Maggie-Jordan situation. And it's exactly what I said it was going to be. Jordan is in full effect, really ready to help out the Charmed ones and start trying to remove that curse. Balancing the scales and everything, he really wants to see what he can do to help. They still haven't defined what balancing the scales means, but at least they're trying at this point. The episode actually starts off in an occult support group, which I love the idea of this. Again, they keep introducing these new things into the show that kind of up the level. Because up until now, we've kind of been told that magic, nobody knows that magic really exists. But I love the idea of there's a support group going like, no, there's definitely magic that exists. And of course, Jordan couches it in the I feel like I'm cursed sometimes.
I've been cursed. And I'm trying to uncurse myself, make things right. You know, it may sound crazy, but the truth often does.
But it's interesting just kind of that this exists in the world in general. While they're there at that meeting though, Maggie and Jordan are approached by a mysterious man who invites them to a party. They end up going to the club and they meet one of the two doctors that held up Ray in the last episode. The evil doctors, the one that have the black amber. And I love it because they're like, here, take this candy, and if you eat the candy, then you join us. And Maggie's like, no, thank you, because I'm vegan, and it looks like it's got gelatin in it. And they were like, well, then we're done.
We're done here.
Wait, I'll take him.
Jordan.
And you know what? Good on Jordan. Jordan's like, fine, I'll take it. And Maggie's like, you don't even know what that is. He's just like, but if we don't take it, then the story ends right now. I mean, the episode still needs to happen. So, so he takes it, and it turns out that as the music plays, there's this weird kind of shaman guy who comes out with a staff, and he does like an interesting kind of like, almost like a Maori kind of tribal dance over a casket, and nobody questioned the fact that there's like a casket on the stage with a dead body in it. But he starts drawing all of the life energy from anybody who ate one of those candies and starts putting it into this guy to bring him back to life. Maggie, of course, summons her sisters to come help her, and she takes out her baton, uses her amazing fighting skills learned from Jordan to beat the hell out of the shaman guy. He really did look like he was going to be a little bit more of a challenge for her, but she literally just whomped her. Now, I do have to say that there's something with the direction in this fight scene is that her stunt double was so obvious. And I don't think that her stunt double looks anything like her, because it really seems like the stunt double is like kind of taller and skinnier, has a little bit of a pointier nose. So you can definitely tell when it cuts from Maggie to her stunt double. It's just really funny. But after they defeat the shaman, they look at the casket and the body's gone. So they did stop the ritual. It didn't kill a ton of people. And they were able to bring Jordan back, which was nice. But the guy, whoever he was, we don't actually know yet, did end up getting resurrected. He was retrieved by the evil scientists, and at the end, the lady goes, well then it can start now. And it's like, oh man, what's gonna start? I can't wait for the next episode just for that alone. I wanna know who this guy is. I think he's possibly the Dark Overlord. Yeah, see, could be. We'll have to see what ends up happening with that. But I'm pretty excited to see the next episode. Now, we're gonna go to the part of the show that really had me going, which was the Macy, Abigail, Harry stuff, and Mel's there too. So Harry and Mel apparently just got done fighting a demon. They rush back to the hideout and she pours some stuff on him and heals his cut. But he ends up contracting some sort of weird demon parasite, which starts to slowly kill him and turn him kind of rabid.
Mother, these black spots.
And because Macy is in Aspen and not answering her phone, they call Abigail. And here's the thing, I've been talking with a lot of people in the comments, and a lot of people have been telling me that demons can't feel emotion, and demons can't love, and Abigail should just be vanquished. However, there are scenes with Abigail when there is no one to trick, where she is showing her genuine emotions. When Mel calls her and says Harry is sick, her heart drops.
To what do I owe this annoyance?
It's Harry. He's sick and he needs your help.
And you can tell that Abigail really cares for Harry. And there's no one else in the room at that moment. She's not putting on a show for anybody. There's no reason why she would be acting like that unless her feelings were genuine. So I'm just pointing that out for anybody who thinks that Abigail can't feel true emotion.
You really care for him, don't you? You came up with that all on your own?
Macy does eventually answer the call though, and then it becomes a fight between Abigail and Macy. Who is going to be the one to save Harry? Abigail's even more intent on having it be her, because in his kind of days of his sickness, he says, "Where's Macy?" And Abigail is hurt like no other. She really wanted him to have asked for her, but he kept asking for Macy. Because deep down, he really does have feelings for Macy that are stronger than his feelings for Abigail. I wouldn't say like he has no feelings for Abigail, but I think that his feelings for Macy are stronger. Macy, though, really wants science to solve this issue for them, which, again, I dig. I love that they're really trying to have her lean back on the science. However, her boyfriend in Aspen introduced her to his aunt. And it didn't really seem like the aunt liked her all that much, especially immediately after finding out that she's got new tech. She asks for access to that tech. And the aunt's like, all right, you're not gonna be here, you're not gonna take our money, whatever. If you break up with him, I'll give you access to the tech and we'll just call it a day so that you can just leave my nephew out of that. And she does that, more or less. But when Maggie calls them to deal with the whole Jordan situation, they leave Abigail there with Harry alone and says, wait for the science to work. And Abigail says, no.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I know what it is. I've been saying it from the beginning. I'm gonna give Harry the antidote and we're just going to solve this. Why should he sit here in pain? I don't want him in pain. She gives him the antidote, and right as that happens, the witches come back and they're like, no, you don't know. And she's like, yes, I do. I knew from the beginning. It's what I told you. And then it cures him, and it's awesome. And he has a really touching moment with her where he says,
I don't know how to thank you.
Yes, you do.
and in this moment, her eyes are saying, you know how to thank me. You can choose me. Then Macy goes to Julian and says, hey, maybe we can be together and I won't break up with you and all that stuff. And then they kiss, and it's actually a really nice moment, kind of a healthy moment that maybe they should be together. But of course, in that moment, you get the feeling that Harry was about to profess his love for Macy, which once again is now stopped again. So this whole hazy thing is just gonna continue and continue and continue. I really do hope that he realizes how much Abigail really cares for him, and he gives that a real shot. It would be nice if just both of them could be happy. Like, they're torturing each other. Just stop doing that and just be with somebody who wants to be with you. So those are the two main storylines, and there's a couple of like side things here going on here and there. No Ray in this episode because you can't have too much of a good thing. Let's hold off on him. Let's use him sparingly. We don't want to over Ray ourselves. But I think that this episode was a good kind of building episode. I feel like the next episode's gonna be the big one, so I can't wait for that one. Let me know what you guys thought of episode 11 down in the comments. I'm really interested in what you all have to say about my theories, but about just kind of what's happening in the show, and it is building up really nicely. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. And I have been your host, Aloy. This has been a Turnout. Thanks for showing up.